It's been almost 8.5 years since Sakupen Hell was verified, which makes me feel old. But today, I'll be turning Sakupen Hell from this into this. So let's see what I made and how I made it. So I've already gotten a copy of Sakupen Hell, and yeah, let's just get straight into the level. So first of all, we have this beginning right here. One of the first things that I want to do is add a really hard timing at the very beginning. Like, let's say something like this. Now, is that even possible? It's probably possible. So that's the first click. Really goddamn difficult. And I also don't want this to be a buffer. I want you to, like, have to click that really late, so... And yeah, I also want you to hit all of these orbs, since I don't want you to just have to, like, hit one of them. It was a little bit tricky to make this work, but not nearly as complicated as some of the later stuff I would add to this. I feel like this is fine. And I want to turn this into, like, a really late timing. Like, I'll check later on if it's possible. Okay, maybe that isn't possible. Should I let you do that? Probably not. Okay, it is probably possible. You know what? I'll just spend a little bit of time and just, like, adjust this structure right here. Hang on. Okay, I think this works. Okay, that's good. I feel like the rest of this is probably fine. This wave is not fine, though. It needs to be severely buffed. So yeah, I'll just take this entire structure right here, and then boom. Look at that, dude. The rest of the buffing for this pre-drop wasn't really that interesting, so let's skip to something more interesting. Now we get onto the juicy stuff, the wave part. First of all, I want to do what old Keynotes did and just add a bunch of portals here. So first, let's add a simple one, like down here maybe. Over though, you have to do some stuff like that, dude. That's horrifying. However, for this club step monster, I have something very juicy planned. So I'll remove the spikes like this, but then I'll turn you into mini here, and then once you exit this, I'll turn you big. So that means you have to just spam like that. Oh my god, that's horrifying. If someone actually manages to beat this level, I'll be extremely surprised, as there's no way this is possible. I kind of want to give this structure right here the Arctic Lights treatment, so let's bring a spike over here. Let's rotate it to be on the side. I'll also fix the layering so it's like there, yeah. It's possible, and it can be made harder. Oh, that's some good stuff. And you know what? I'm turning you back into mini for this because I feel like it. I feel like I kind of wanted to use a different game mode for this, but I'm not too sure. And then, yeah, that's good. And then I'll probably turn you back into wave here. I then began with the mini wave section of the first wave, which had an interesting start. What if I do what old Sakupen Hell did and add a dual portal here? Yeah. So then, I'll just like take a saw blade, place it like, sure, let's say down here, yeah? I guess a bit up, just so that you can't skip the mini portal. And yeah, let's see how that plays. Yeah, holy dude. Now I'll start to skip over some boring stuff that you guys have already seen before. You're welcome. Okay, I feel like now I kind of just want to add some like custom structures to this. So I'll probably just take this spike and then abuse it like a lot and just spam that throughout the part. I need to make this be like really tight. Keep in mind, I'm making this be the next top 1 extreme demon. I do have to worry about stuff like this. Like, I don't think that is possible, but if it is possible, then that's very nice. I think that's possible. Oh my god. Dude, that's atrocious. Jesus. Well, I think that's the entire first wave buff, which is nice. Also, because this is like hard now, you have to like spam in a certain way for you to get past this stuff, which is really bad, but it fits with this, so I'm not complaining. While I'm buffing this short cube part, I want to know if you guys like this video so far. I have a lot of other levels that I think would be pretty cool to buff, but I just need to know if it would be entertaining for you guys to watch that. But let's get on to the second wave part. So now we're at the second wave. First thing I'll do is just, you know, even more stupid stuff. Saw blades, yeah. Right here I can try to do what Abyss of Darkness does, and just put some pads here. Oh my. So like, now that I've added some pads there, that means there's two different ways of doing this. So firstly, you can just hit the pads, which means you have to go like very close to the spikes, or you can go down like that and do like an insane micro click. That's horrid. Jesus. What if I just do like what Keynote does and just make it 4 times speed now? How about instead of doing this pad here, I'll just do an insanely tight spam. I feel like this is probably fine considering it's 3 times speed now. Actually, no. These do not have enough spikes on them, so let's add some spikes on them, you know? Now we're on to the UFO part. So this is how you normally do the part. So I think as a base point for this is not going to be the entire buff, unless I feel like it. The first thing that I'll do, let me just select all of this stuff first, is this. So now the part is way tighter. I don't know if it's even possible now. The rest of buffing this UFO was pretty much just making sure it was actually possible, like adding some mini portals and some other portals to spice it up. And then for this part, I can try to turn you into mini. For some reason, there was a big portal here even though you're already big. So I'll turn you mini to begin with. And then again, I'm gonna just add some like really tight spikes here. Yeah, let's make this just into like a really stupid straight fly. Like that, yeah, holy. What if I add a green orb here? Would that even work? God, I think that's probably good. And then after this, I just added some random saw blades around the part and turned you back into big size. So let's just get on to the second part of the ship part. I did add a short straight fly similar to 79% of Etsu's part in Bloodbath, but that wasn't really that interesting either. So first of all, I'm starting at the end. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do what Tartarus does and add some fixed hitboxes. Feel my pain, even though I didn't really feel any pain, but whatever. That's some like really insane straight fly. So that's gonna be the end of the part. However, I still have a whole lot more stuff to buff. All I did for this segment was just keeping you as big size and just added some small saw blades to inflate the difficulty. But while I'm buffing this part, I'll humbly ask you to please subscribe. I spend a lot of time on these videos, and so any support would be highly appreciated. I also have memberships, so smash that join button for tons of cool perks. But let's get back to me super buffing Sakupen Hell. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Oh, I know exactly what I'll do for this. I'll go into this setting here and make this into 2-player mode. And then I'll just make some like different gameplay for each side. Okay, so that's the gameplay for the bottom side, and now I'll figure out what I can do for the top. Okay, and that's the gameplay for the top. So I don't even want to try to play this part, cause I already know I'm gonna get my ass handed to me if I try to do this. I tried to make both of these sync pretty well, and I didn't make it like too hard gameplay. It still has some pretty hard aspects to it, like there are some genuinely hard timings in this. but most of it is not that bad, you know. And yeah, now we just have one part left. Technically 2 if you count this straight fly, but oh well. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to do this today. It's getting very late, so I'll do that tomorrow instead. Okay, so we're back. It's the next day, and now we just have these parts left to buff. So the first thing that I want to do with this part is kind of unique and also something that'll be pretty interesting. It'll take a little while to just like select all of this stuff, but once I've done that, it'll be easier to explain what I'll do. So basically, I'll take this entire bottom row and just shift it down a little bit. And now I'll take this top and shift that down by, let's say, either 1 or 2 blocks. Okay, there we go. Now this part looks nice. However, it won't be like that anymore. So before I start buffing this, I actually want to try to like see if I can do this like temporarily nerfed wave. Let's just spend a little bit of time trying to play this. Okay, that was pretty easy. I was expecting to take like a little amount of attempts, like maybe like 12, but no. First attempt, that's awesome. I was gonna do the Arcturus thing, but I guess that just won't work. But I do want to do something unique for this, so that this isn't like too boring. I can try to add some like memory aspects to this. I do know that this won't be too hard to make, considering there's a massive amount of copy and paste in this. Holy, there's so much copy and paste in Sakupen Hell. So in the beginning, I'll just kind of mess around with this, and once I've actually made it work, then I'll explain how I did it. How does this look in normal mode? That's the thing. Ooh, that's really difficult. So basically what I made, it's easier to show this in the editor. I made it so that like these kind of split apart and go to the sides in a way. For the bottom, there's 3 different types of these. One that's static, one that goes to the left, and one that goes to the right. And the same for the top. So these are the like triggers for that. So that's what makes the sort of unique splitting effect for this. I'll try to adjust it later on, and hopefully then it'll be possible. But I think that will be this part fully buffed, and now we just have the final straight fly. So I want to do some unique stuff with it, but also some boring stuff with it. First of all, screw it, I'm turning you big for this. That's the first thing that I'll make you have to do. I then extended the gap, but elevated some parts of the straight fly to make it feel more curved. I kind of want to do some like size portal music sync changes, something that'll go along like this. And then I'll just half space this up and use these again. So some very tight stuff like this. And then this final click, I want that to be like absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh god. And then here I want to do some other evil stuff. Just take like some portals like this and then individually scale this down like that. Yeah. So I think with that, the entirety of this super buffed ultra mega Sakupen Hell is done. So what I'll do now, I'll do some few polishing changes, like I'll decorate this short bit, and I'll also like kind of quote unquote playtest this to see if it's actually possible. And once I've done that, I think I'll just get to the final showcase. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Special thanks to my members Dastinity, GhostXan, Padre, Qafo, Felmix9, Malachad, RionFX, Skechygd, Rolling 2400, KirbyaxolotlGMD, Zosia, Lewko, Vernosis, RST621, Cohen, Lamafaker, and NEOnTixx. But with that out of the way, let's just get to the final showcase of the love wall.